Hi, everybody. You found Rising Faith Forever tarot reading for 1, 2, Gemini. How are all my Gemini doing? And wait, gotta get my little book. And Gemini, I believe, in my little art book, Gemini is a gate. That is your birthstone. Just thought you should know. All right, so how are my Gemini doing? This is going to be a tarot reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Gemini. So this is for past, present, and future for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers, dealing with a Gemini, not dealing with a Gemini. Dealing with Gemini, not dealing with Gemini, just watching because you want stuff. That's cool too. All right. You always learn stuff. These are tarot messages from the human collections and consciousness. These messages are from soul and for soul. And everyone is willing or has the ability to draw and tap into the knowledge that they have. For my Geminis, Gemini's really quiet. And a big shift of cards. I was like, what? I'm not quiet. It's not gonna me. Okay, so yeah, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Rising, and Venus. Also for the questions. Sun, Moon. So Gemini. You're really silent, Gemini. Come on. There was a card already down there, and then there was a card that fell, so I'm not sure which one is front, which one is between this one and this one. So I'm not sure which one's the future, so I'm gonna, that's just like your Gemini to have like the two heads, so it's like maybe your present, future situation could be like linked, or, let me see, I'll ask for a Clairtel card once I do the reading on them. So I've already done a good explanation on this card before. Basically, you're feeling a sense of responsibility for something, Gemini. In the past, you had a Queen of Wands, whether it was male, female, Queen of Wands sort of energy in your life. It could be either yourself, you were exhibiting this type of energy, or it could be someone that you're dealing with, female or male. Whatever relationship, I'll leave it up to you to decide. But there's some sense of, I'm going to read your cards now, just see. Queen of Wands. Ooh. Okay, Queen of Wands. Why are you still sitting there? For goodness sake, why am I still sitting here? Aloneness. Alonency. Someone who supports and nurtures the will, inspiration, and passions of others. So this person comes off as a person who supports and nurtures the will, and inspiration and passions of others. As long as she is in motion, she shines like the sun, drawing people and good luck to her like moths to flame. She is witty, charming, and warm. Her confidence radiates so strongly that you can feel it in your blood as if it were your own. Her energy helps you be your best self. She wants you to be your best self, and she does not want to be surrounded by boring fools. If the action stops, if clever conversation ceases, she clouds over, restless and feeling useless. Because if people aren't moving, aren't sparky, she has nothing to offer. This may lead you to believe she is shallow. It would be a mistake to confuse impatience with shallowness. She knows so much and just wants you to experience it too. This queen has discovered her inner power, and much like a strong horse, it can carry her almost anywhere she wants to go. Despite outward appearances of the aforementioned shallowness and ego, she is actually more in tune with her intuition than you'd imagine. That is one reason she can't move forward so confidently. She doesn't doubt her direction because she knows she is guided by something other than her own mind or feelings. Having discovered this fabulous way of life, she has no patience with and no sympathy for those who want to wallow in self-doubt and misery. If you want to move, she'll get you up to speed in no time. If you want to make excuses and whine, she'll spare a moment to give you a killer, withering glance before turning her back on you. If you hurry, you can catch up with her and get her to smile on you again. It would be worth it. Okay. And then, like I said, you had two cards pop up there, so I'm going to reread this Five of Pentacles, because usually that could be, maybe your present is like a dual thing because of that first card. I want to see if that's a you, because Gemini can be a little bit of air sign, so it's like a bit of impatient is a strong characteristic, so it could be representative of yourself, the way you were in this situation in the past, or maybe a reminder of who you are. But let me just get these two out to give another indication. Okay, so this one, again, there is no sugarcoating it. These are hard times, very hard times indeed. Physical need. So you have been, I guess, even with the, pandemic and stuff, like a lot of people have come at a standstill. So for you Geminis, you must hate staying still. You must hate being confined. You have physical needs. She feels the biting wind, not as a discomfort to herself, but as she imagines it feels to him. He is so much younger, so much weaker than she is. For his sake, she plunges into the wind and darkness and snow in search of safety and perhaps the slightest comfort. What is more potent than innocence facing the cruelty and neglect of the world? If anyone were to see such a plight, surely they would help, wouldn't they? This experience, while not as picturesquely displayed as this card, happens every day and often goes unevaded. This is not a card of relief, granted, and mercies raining down from heaven. It is a card of need. Steampunk words are created by the mashups of genres. Here it looks like the stories of Little March Girl from Hans Christian Anderson story of the same name, and Tiny Tim, a character from Dickens' A Christmas Carol, have collided in a tale of epic tragedy. The image of the surface suffering, abused, or neglected child is common in Victorian literature art. The stories mentioned here are written only 2 years apart in the mid-1800s. Some say that images of children became symbolic for the part of humanity that was sacrificed to feed the Industrial Revolution. What of the church in the background? What symbolic role does it play? It is help that is at hand, but is overlooked or rejected by the children. Is it help from an institution that should be offered but is not, because the institution lost its vision and compassion? What is the relationship between the children's physical and spiritual lives? When this card shows up in your reading, it describes a time of physical need. Money could be lacking, health could be in question, time might be non-existent, a basic survival need, perhaps not being met. This complex card does far more than describe the situation. It brings a pile of questions and unceremoniously drops them at your feet. As you work your way through them, you will likely find wise advice for improving your situation. Okay, Gemini, so that you are feeling physical need. That represents physical need. And I'm going to go ahead and read this other card just to decide if I'm going to do a final. An extra card for your future, or if I just want to see if this one is just like a combo. It's the Three of Swords, which is usually like action or some sort. Okay, Three of Swords. Okay. The misuse of tools can lead to a mental mess. Sorrow caused by knowledge. Okay, so you were so hopeful and so ready to get on that horse, Gemini. You're so ready. And you were either allowed or denied access to that pasture, and whatever knowledge, it caused you some sorrow. I think this is a combination. I don't think it's a future card. I think it's a combination, a duality to the situation, like an explanation of the present. Okay, the misuse of this tool caused the mess in this situation that you were hoping to gallop into. Words can build bridges, create connections, and nurture relationships through careful communication. We can establish elaborate indices of understanding that are stunningly beautiful and utterly awesome. All of these activities take time and skill. And I know patience is a hard thing for us Geminis. I have Gemini in, I believe, is that Mars? So yes, which is all about physical. Like, I'm all about my hands. I like to create and art, and I like to be busy. But my mind likes to sit, and part of me likes to be lazy. Words can build bridges, create connections, and nurture relationships. Through careful communication, we can establish indices of understanding that are stunningly beautiful and utterly awesome. All of the activities take time and skill, Gemini. In the smallest of moments, a few words can destroy what took years to create. Whether the words are cruel or merely careless, whether a painful truth or manipulative deceit, the injury is very real. In the shadows of a dark and stormy night, what was once perfectly balanced, functional, and lovely clockwork heart lies in shambles. Straight, unyielding swords have been jammed ruthlessly through the delicate curves of fine craftsmanship, creating a pungent picture of tragic destruction. The Suit of Swords is nothing of not dramatic, and the Three of Swords is no exception. The lofty and theatrical tendencies of our minds are here jolted with the melodramatic and unpredictable characteristics of our hearts. Because the sword is wielded by another person's hand, the sense of betrayal and shock creates a raw, gaping wound. Experiencing the Three of Swords is never fun. When your heart is stabbed, no doubt there will be pain, and wounds will heal, but even still, things will never be the same. However, lessons will be learned, and truths will be revealed, understanding will occur. This card marks a sad time, but as with all experience, you have the ability to determine how you will think about it, experience it, and ultimately fold it into your worldview. Okay. I have Gemini in a planet that's all about my physical planet, and yes, okay, so physically, you ran away with yourself a little, Gemini, in a little bit. You had the strength of who you are and what you're offering and what you expected was going to happen. And this institution that you got looked into, or this career, or this place, whatever way you want to see it, didn't see you like this person. It saw you more as this, like, beggar type of situation. And that broke your heart. It broke your heart. You were misjudged, it seems. Gemini, and that makes perfect sense now. You were misjudged, and it broke your heart. Look at you, Gemini. That's you on your horse with your flower and your light. You know, whether you're male or you're female, you just represent, it's the queen, so it is a feminine energy. So if it's a male, then he is very in tune with feminine aspects of his personality, meaning he's not, you know, represents that the characteristics, you can rewind and listen, but the characteristics I listed out are all about physical need and impatience, really very willing and able and willing to gallop and work, and for whatever type of connection. And the connection was either met or not met. It could have been met but not met in the right way, you were misjudged, or it could have been not met at all. But something, it was a belief system in conflict, I believe. And it left you feeling brokenhearted, no matter what. You feel solemn over what had happened. You felt solemn over it. Could have been, I know you Geminis can be a little bit dramatic. Things come right off the head, and you can say things, and you can use expressions. You can kind of like get it, you know, and it could have been something that you were doing because you felt you were in your right and you stood up. But maybe the way you stood up, maybe you know it wasn't the right way. And that's why you're feeling a little disheartened. Or maybe you did stand up in the right way. You were in your right for the best manifestation. And for whatever reason, even if you try, they may not forgive the situation, or they might not choose to see you as the way you want to be seen. And that's okay. It just means you got to move on from that situation. But I'm going to feel really bad about that. So I'm going to give you an extra card, Gemini. How can we move forward for Gemini? Oh, this card flipped. These cards flipped over. So, an extra card for Gemini's future. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Gemini future in this situation. How can we improve this situation for Gemini? This Tower. So, I think the situation is pretty well whatever situation that was for you, Gemini, and I'm going to just give you some positivity and light in this moment. If you give any further attention into this situation, after, like, if you approach the situation and there's no reconciling. Gemini, if you're resonating with this, I think you know and you agree with me that whatever happened, you felt judged, they're not going to change the position. At least on the part of how they see you. They're not going to change. And if you continue to give your energy and if you keep galloping, you're only going to keep galloping towards a tower at this present time. Maybe it'll change for some of you. Maybe this is not any of. I'll just be really clear. Like, sometimes this, even though I'm reading this for Gemini, like, I have Gemini in my chart, so it could be something coming out for me. Who knows? Because of my spiritual journey, I get, like, towers all the time. It's like booms, realization. So I'm just going to say for you, all you Geminis out there right now, this night might not be for all of you in this severity. But stay true. This card did represent to me what Gemini spirit. So stay true to yourself. In the past, you know who you are, and you know when you're not being treated fairly, and when you're able to go in or not. And you're all about heart, Aries. You go where your heart is, and don't keep going. Don't allow people to wound your heart. And I feel like your heart's really wounded, and I feel like whoever's judged you or treated you this way, it's left a tower in you. And I think I know what my stuff is. And I think you feel like that time has ended. You don't want to respond how you normally would in this very primal instinctual need. Like, they need to get out of the cold. So perhaps they broke a window in the back trying to get in, and it probably wasn't malicious, but it was meant to hurt. It did hurt the system for them to get what they wanted. So for whoever that needs to hear, so basically whatever you did, Gemini, you felt like you had to. You felt like you had to do it. And it just was not received. Or if you meant it to receive bad, it did. It was received bad. Like, if you meant it to hurt, it wounded. For you, those Geminis that made your peace and stuck up, and it wounded the other person. But for those of you that are sensitive and possibly feel bad, possibly you're feeling like you're done with that situation. If you're going to go back to that situation, you're done wounding them. You're not going to make them feel bad about, you're going to treat them that way. It'll lead to a tower. You can't continue whatever type of relationship you were hoping to gallop into. You can't achieve it by wounding, by either wounds to yourself from them or from you given to them. I don't know who needs to hear what, but it'll just lead to a tower. And the tower is not good for nobody. The tower represents the monarchy, like, a kingdom. And when that falls, everyone suffers. Everyone suffers. One falls, we all fall. So what's the sense to dagger each other? What's the sense to misjudge and to label and think that you're lesser than because you're offering assistance? Because even though they might come as a beggar, don't treat them as a beggar. Treat them in respect, because they'll grow to be somebody. and they'll be brokenhearted to be treated like this along the way. Maybe you weren't treated fairly on your climb. But if you contribute in wounding others, then you're just going to fall too. And I think for those that, I think you have the power, Gemini, with your wit and your charm. You have the power to talk your way in or out of any situation. You have the ability to mend a heart or wound a heart if you want to. You know that, Gemini. You know that more than anybody. So is the Tower going to be you stopping wounding someone, or is it going to be you ending a period of allowing others to hurt you? So which is it? Are you going to be done with a connection of allowing people not to see you properly or treat you with right respect? Or if they are treating you with the right respect, then to be kind to them or others below you. When you Gemini are at this position, remember to show some humility to somebody coming your way. Maybe there's a lesson here. There's definitely a lesson of somebody high on their horse judging somebody that came for help or assistance or looking to learn and grow with this opportunity. But there was wounds. They weren't treated the way they wanted to be treated. And Queen of Wands, she's very passionate. She goes where her heart takes her, you know? She gallops where her interest is. And if you treat her poorly, or him, their interest, they'll gallop away. And you don't want that. So if they come galloping towards you, don't be like, oh, conditions. I mean, because they might not like that. They might want the openness of having their own unique type of relationship with them, not some systematical type of program where everyone's a number or something and checks in, you know? Because that's a dying system. Nobody likes to feel like that. So that's all I'm going to say on that, I think. So I hope you Geminis know what I'm talking about here. I know what I did in the heat of the moment. You know, I don't like to be mean and nasty, but I've been known, like I guess with Virgo, my moon, and then Gemini in the physical aspects, like, I need to do stuff, so if I'm emotionally on a negative feeling, and I feel in my right, like, oh, I'm just so wronged, and I'm so passionate about my ideas, and about my emotions, and about my physical stuff, like, I have a lot of strong planetary extremes, so for me, like, I know what it's like to kind of think in that moment that maybe some aspect of it was what you felt was right, but it's never a good thing to really hurt others, but it's not nice for others to hurt you as well, Gemini. It's not nice for you to feel like not treated well. Like, you don't want to feel like people are making you feel like it'll be different for everyone. Personalities are unique with Gemini, especially. But you feel teeter-tottery. You'll be, 1 minute you could dagger someone's heart and be like, haha, you were after me, so now I daggered your heart because you were out to rob my heart, and now I'm gonna destroy your heart for trying to destroy my heart. But really, I mean, that's just gonna keep leading to more Tower moments. It really is. It really is. I learned my lesson. Although it was really good to get it out, like, cinematics. I think that's what my hands and my mind is so powerful. Like, So you can do a lot of damage, Gemini, with your mind and with your thoughts. And you are intelligent, Gemini. You are an air sign. You're very intelligent. So you know when something is not in line with the truth or your truth. It's possibly not the right fit for you. And you will know this, Gemini. And I have lots of faith in you. You will pick and choose a better thing for yourself. And you will find a way with your intelligence to navigate in, out, through, over, sideways. You're like air. You will seep through whatever mess you will ever get into this life. You have the capacity to move through. And that's it for my reading. That's all I got for you guys, Gemini. Lots of love, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.